everybody, this is Oksana, and this is going to be a video and a demonstration on how to lighten or darken or just change the color of your liquid foundation or tinted moisturizer, or in this case CC cream. So this is something that I mentioned in a lot of videos, that I lighten up my organic wear Physicians Formula CC cream by adding Lucy Minerals Snow White Untinted Pure White foundation to it. And I've had, some questions about how I do it exactly, so I thought that I would make this video and I would just kind of make it more general, because this is definitely something that can be done with other products. It doesn't have to be specifically, this. Maybe you have another liquid foundation that is, too dark or too light. So the Snow White is obviously for making things lighter. But if you need to make things darker, what you can do is Silk Naturals sells these little tints, I guess, I don't know what to call them, which is like a concentrated pigment, and it's dark. It is used to tint their foundation because their foundation is white. And just like the Snow White, so you can use the Silk Naturals foundation if you wanted to as your white foundation instead of Lucy's. I just use Lucy's because it's very concentrated, and so you want to use the least amount of powder that you can. If you're really pale and you need to add a lot of powder, you want to make sure that it's, very concentrated powder. This is extremely pigmented, so if I had a sheer white powder, I would need to add more. And the more powder you add, the more the product becomes less creamy and it becomes more like a paste, and it might start to be hard to blend on your skin. That is why I like the Snow White, because it's so pigmented. However, I'm sure there's other untinted white foundations out there that you can definitely use, especially if you just have to lighten something just a smidge, if it's just a smidge too dark for you versus a lot too dark for you. So here's just a quick little swatch. This is the buttery gold color. You can see how dark and pigmented that is. And they have quite a few, so you can find your right undertone and your right mix and stuff like that. And they also have just a concentrated yellow and a concentrated green booster, so you can change a product and make it more yellow, or if you're like olive skin and you need it to have a little bit more green, you can use the green one. And these powders are really a great way to adjust some of these liquid products that have a more limited range of shades. Like this only comes in 2 shades, for example. So I just pre-mix a little batch, these little clamshell things. Mine are from TKB Trading. Let me try to squeeze some out. As you can see, I am running out of this. There is barely anything left. There we go. All right, so here's some product in there. I'm gonna open up my Lucy's and just sprinkle some of that white powder. This is a little messy here. I would probably recommend using maybe like a little scoop or something, or scooping it out with the toothpick. All right, so here's what I have going on here. You can see, and just use your little toothpick and mix it up. And then after it's mixed up, you can check and see how the color's looking. And if you need to lighten it up some more, I'm going to need to lighten it up some more, but here's what that looks like. So I added a little bit more of the white powder, and now I'm just going to stir it up. It just mixes right in. The liquidier the foundation, the better. If you have like a really thick, like a whipped consistency foundation, because the powder makes it a little drier, it might make it a little bit too dry for you, but if it's a liquid foundation, it should work nicely. So that should be close. Let me go ahead and swatch it for you. I have swatches everywhere. Here's a little clean spot, hopefully. So here's a little swatch. Sometimes as it blends out on your skin, you get to see the true color, because that white pigment, really gets blended in there. So that is a pretty good match. I'll have to test it on my face later when I'm not wearing makeup to make sure that I'm done with this mixing. And here's just a quick little comparison for you of, you know, the original and after I tinted it. So you can see the color changed and became much lighter. And then also, it's probably not apparent in swatches, but it gives you a little bit more coverage because you're adding more pigment to the product, so the lightened product ends up having a little bit more coverage than the original. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just a quick, easy way you could change the color of your liquid makeup. And I don't necessarily guarantee that this is going to work with all, you know, liquid foundations, especially non-natural ones. I think once you get all kinds of ingredients in there, like minerals might not mix into it well, but most natural mineral liquid foundation should work well because it already is tinted with minerals, so it already has ingredients in there that, you know, work together with minerals and would allow you to mix these in. Oh, and I forgot to mention that the Lucy Minerals, they sell samples as well, so you can buy just a little jar. You know, if you're just trying it out, you're not sure it's going to work for you, you don't want to commit to buying a huge jar. They do sell samples, and this is also the Lucy Light formula. They have, their original formula has like vitamin C and antioxidants in there, which is nice. But because I'm mixing it into a product which already has a whole bunch of ingredients and vitamins and antioxidants in there, I don't necessarily know how they're all going to react together. So I personally choose the Lucy Light formula because you know, it's just plain. Let me tell you what's in here. It's zinc oxide, titanium dioxide, mica, magnesium stearate, and iron oxides. Well, this one doesn't have iron oxides because it's untinted, but you know, their foundations do. That's what essentially, you know, this thing is here. So very basic. I know it'll most likely work well. However, if you have a really plain liquid foundation that doesn't have much vitamins and extracts in there and you want to get the non-Lucy Light because it's got those vitamins, because you want to add that to your foundation, you could probably do that as well. But I've only ever tried the Lucy Light myself. So that's it. That's my little mixing demo for you. That's how I do it, and hopefully this will help you if you have trouble with a particular foundation matching you. Hopefully this will help you adjust it so that it works for you. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.